Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, social, and emotional level. We do that on a daily basis, or almost daily basis. At least we try. And so, the first thing we want to look at is what it is to be a top thinker. Top thinkers in this day and age are people that have to be very much ahead of the process, very much ahead of what other people are doing, thinking, how they're behaving, being trendsetters and the like. If that's you, if you want to be a trendsetter in your home, in your business, or in any other area of your life, certainly worth looking at doing. And if you're interested in working with someone to help you achieve those goals, would love to do that. And literally have worked with 15,000 people in dozens of countries over the last 14 years. Certainly think I can be of service to you. Please reach out via Twitter at PO Perception, or you can reach out right here on this About Me page here on YouTube, and we can get to a deeper level of conversation and hopefully working together make 2021 your year and the time you shine. Certainly would love to do that for as many people as we possibly can. But as for this particular audio, um, what are some things that you need to do to be at a level to be able to get to something really meaningful? So the first is be yourself. Whoever that is. If you are gothic, be that. If you are sporty, be that. If you are introverted, be that. If you are extroverted, be that. If you're devoutly religious because you have convictions, be that. If you are aligned in a certain way, but make sure you know yourself before you portray yourself to be something. Nothing is worse than pretending to be something to get notoriety and then having to keep that up for months, weeks, years, decades, just because it's your public image. And I think one of the biggest crash and burn things people do is they start and they say, I'll do anything to be successful. They're not themselves. They allow other people to amalgamate them into what they think they should be, and then they regret that decision for the rest of their career, professionally and personally. Next is hang with successful people. So even if it's one level above where you are, so example, you're a musician and you want to play gigs and you might have played a dive bar or two, but you want to go to a nicer venue. So hang out with people that do that. And then once you've mastered doing that and you get there, then hang out with people that go to small, established venues that are considered concert halls. And then start hanging out with people that go to large venues. In other words, be where you want to hang out and always be hanging out with people that are one level above you. Now, the reason for this is you can't improve rapidly by being around people that are at your level all the time. I used to say this when I was leading and promoting and doing things with pro wrestling shows. You can't get better at performing with people that are at your skill level or below. You have to be in there with someone who's above you who can teach you things. And the same applies regardless of industry. Next is ask powerful questions and listen to the answers. Nothing is worse than asking a question and thinking you already know the answer and only cherry picking the parts that you want to hear or the things that fit your narrative. Now, everyone does this from time to time. It's part of the human condition. There's nothing wrong with doing it if you're willing to change the behavior. But the fact of the matter is, here's the reality. If you're not actively listening to the answers you're given to questions, then you've wasted your time in asking them at all. And time is a non renewable resource. Why waste it? The next is goals. Have them, define them, update them regularly, and change them as needed. So, one thing that people often do is they forget to update their goals. This could mean something as simple as, do I really still care about collecting those baseball cards? No, I did when I was younger, but I've decided that I would rather collect, I don't know, pens from Malaysia, whatever. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. It matters that you're committed to doing it. And the fact of the matter is you've got to be able to find ways that you can achieve your goals and be committed to whatever you're doing, so that you can reach a level of universal acceptance and consistent progress. So the next thing to consider, and it's important and valuable, is use rejection to your advantage. Using rejection means understanding that critics can be used to give you fire. I love when people say that, I'm not the right person for something, because it gives me an opportunity to prove them wrong, and I can use that as either an opportunity to learn and get better at what I'm doing or what I was doing or what I could be doing, or I can just go and prove that they're wrong. And there's a certain fire and accomplishment to proving doubters wrong. Now, you don't obsess over the doubter. You do obsess with proving yourself correct when it really matters. And that's valuable, because when you understand that things really matters, then you can make every moment that you take, every idea that you have, into account for whatever it is that you uh, want to accomplish, both long and short term. The next thing to consider is your attitude. Now, have an attitude of gratitude, but also have an attitude where things can go wrong. And I know a lot of positive thinking teachers teach only positivity, but honestly, your brain needs some skepticism from now and then to be able to really embrace positivity. If you're always positive, especially if you get to the place of false positivity, fake positivity, putting on airs just to make it look like you're happy and healthy and all this stuff, it doesn't end well. It never does. It never will, because it's not supposed to. The point of what I'm trying to say is simply have an attitude that leans positive, have an attitude that comes back to positivity, but also give time for contemplation, give time for frustration, give time for negative emotions, and give them an outlet, so that when you're positive, it's real, it's genuine, it's actual and actualized. The last thing is put service first. Now, put service first, but always balance it with recharging and reestablishing yourself. So, a lot of people make the mistake of becoming overgivers. And so, give as much as you give yourself time to recharge. In other words, if you're going to donate time for, I don't know, 5 hours, then have a 5 hour activity somewhere within the next few days where you're recharging and just celebrating yourself and celebrating what it is you want to accomplish. That way you remain in balance, and balance is king. So hopefully this is helpful. Keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.